We're gonna go just a little bit further. Let's stop again. Jumbo, say jumbo to these folks. That does mean hello. And say jumbo to the warden. Jumbo warden, you look lovely today.
Thank you so much.
I love, isn't that a nice outfit? I'm jealous. I want one.
We coordinated this.
We planned this weeks in advance. Now, I will tell you a few very important rules, and one of those is for you guys to stay completely seated at all times. Yes, stay seated for 2 weeks. I know it's a lot to ask, but trust me, it'll just be best for all of us, okay? Also, to hold on real tight to all personal items, because it gets really bumpy out here on the reserve, and we don't want you to lose anything over these edges, because if you do lose it, you might not ever see it again. If you do see it again, it probably won't be in a very good condition. So just hold on real tight to everything. And lastly, this is a photo safari, and you want you to have as many great pictures as you can get. So have those cameras on at all times, have them on a sports and action mode, and have them out. Because we're going to be moving, and the animals are going to be moving, and I also cannot stop for all the animals we're going to see. So just have them out at all times. You know, if you yell stop, I might not be able to do it. And I still want you to have a great picture of these animals, and even the scenery out here is amazing. So again, just have them ready, and we'll be going really quickly. Now, is this anybody's first safari? Oh, welcome! That's not mine, I was just saying hello. Now, everybody that's here for the first time, we're so glad you're here, and everybody coming back, we're glad you came back to us. That is a good sign when you come back. Now, once everybody's all clear here, we'll head out. What do you guys want to see most today? Any ideas? Lions?
Lions.
Oh, I love lions. I want to see them. What else?
Cheetah.
Cheetah. Ooh, cheetahs are fast. Hopefully they don't run away from us. Now, I hope we get to see all those animals and many more. Alright, we're going to keep scooting this way. Nice and steadily. So we'll go a little bit further and head in. Alright. So we're going to wait right here for the magic lamp to tell us it's okay to go in. You gotta listen to the lamp out here. Let's look right over there on that sign. That symbol on it is a sable antelope. Now the sable antelope is the symbol for the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. So hopefully as you go along today, you will get to see one in real life. Beautiful animals. Alright, let's see, it should be soon. Okay, very good. Now, is everybody ready for a safari?
Yes.
Oh. Is everybody ready for a safari?
Yeah!
Alright, much better. You can't go to sleep on me, you know, it's too soon. Now, we are starting off our 2 weeks out by entering the Little Iterry Forest. The animals that we might get to see in here today do often blend in with their backgrounds. They're really good at hiding, so just be patient. We're going to take it nice and slow, though. No worries, no hurries out here. Let's see what we can find. Alright, you guys are lucky. Really close to us down that hill. Those two brown animals with stripes, those are okapi. And they do have stripes, and what animal does that remind you of?
Zebra.
A zebra. Very good, but do not let them fool you because those animals are not related to the zebra at all. The okapi are the only living relatives to giraffes. Now, if you look at their facial structure, you will notice a little bit of a resemblance there. But over here to your left as you go around, this is the watering hole. Now, it's a great place to see many different animals because it is such a central location, including some rare animals, which we're going to get to see right ahead. Up and moving, folks. It's a black rhino. See right there by that tree. Oh, look at it. He's on the move. Now, the black rhino, I do say they are rare. And that is because, unfortunately, they are. Those horns they have, they are poached for those. Now, due to poaching, there are less than 5,000 black rhinos left in the world. That is a really small number to have for an entire species. So we're going to do all that we can to help save those animals and all other animals that are potentially poached for any reason. Let's see what else we can find up this way. Look at that, looking straight at you. That is the greater kudu. Saying hello. Now they are the second tallest antelope here in Africa. And right behind them, laying down those orange animals, are bongos. Some of my favorite animals. The bongos are nicknamed ghosts of the forest. That is because the horns they have allow them to disappear just like a ghost. Just look straight back so they can dive into these bushes. And then right next to us, those two birds, those are saddle-billed stork. They can stand to be 5 feet tall with an 8 to 9 foot wingspan.
Yeah.
And you saw two of them together, now they're both together, and that is because they will mate for life. Oh, how cute. But we left the forest, and we're entering Safi River, so I want to ask, do I have any hippo fans with me today? Yeah. All right, well, you guys are about to be real lucky. Look at this. Big guy getting out of the water right here. Now, this is a rare sight. Hippos do spend pretty much all day in the water. Well, this is nice. Well, we're not going to stop right here, though, because, you know, it's just kind of like a teaser. We should be able to see a few more as we go. But there are some ducks crossing, so let's let them go by. There we go. Thank you, ducks. Now those hippos back there, these are Nile hippos, and they can weigh up to 5,500 pounds. They're massive, and even at birth, a calf can weigh around 85 pounds. There are ducks everywhere. But here to the left, we have two hippos saying hello. They're looking at you guys. Excuse me, duck. Let's see. Now they will go under that water for a long time. They can actually hold their breath 5 to 8 minutes, which is very impressive. And those birds we just passed, those are pink-backed pelicans. But here we go, we have some sleeping hippos. Now this is a group of hippos, and their group name for hippos is a bloat. Yeah, that's a funny name. I love it. This is a bloat of hippos. So we're just gonna keep going along this way. Now I know you guys see these scary birds over here on the left. These are Florida vultures. Now they flew all the way from Florida just to see you guys here in Africa. That's dedication. They'll do that little pose for you. But we are gonna cross this bridge straight up ahead. As you go over this bridge, we're crossing over Nile crocodiles. You can see them down to your left. So as you go over, please, you gotta stay completely seated, okay? Very powerful animals. They can stand or grow to be 20 feet long at the full length, and they do have a bite force strong enough to go straight through our bones. You have to see any of them with their mouth open. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're hungry when they eat you. It just means that they're hot. Now crocodiles will pull their body off by opening their mouths and taking in the air from the outside and filtering it around in their body to maintain their body temperature. Sometimes I wish I could do that. But I can't, but we are heading towards the savannah. Now the savannah has a completely different ecosystem with all kinds of completely different animals, but also some pretty different looking plant life. So stick around here on your right, folks. Look over there. That is a baobab tree, also known as the upside down tree. Can anyone tell me why it might get that name?
Because the roots are up at the top.
Very good. Looks like the roots are up at the top. Looks very confused. But I do promise that tree is right side up. It's just leafless. And it will be leafless for 9 months out of every year. And it can live to be about 2,000 years old. That is a mighty long time. There are many different baobab trees along the reserve, so just keep an eye out for them. We have entered the Serengeti grassland, home to many different animals, but also home to my favorite view on the entire reserve. It's a pretty big deal. Look over there to the left, folks. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? Now, these stretch hundreds of miles across East Africa and are a super highway for millions of migrating animals, but also a year-round home to some more famous animals like that giraffe that you see right in front of you, but also home to lions and elephants. This is the wild Africa that we are working so hard to conserve. Look at that over there. That giraffe that is really close to us, that is a Maasai giraffe. And I will go right about here and stop. Can everybody see him okay? Now that Maasai, it does have very dark spots and a very jagged pattern. That is how you can tell them apart from other kinds of giraffes. They are very tall though. They can stand to be 18 to 20 feet tall. And right at birth, a giraffe can be about 6 feet tall. Only get bigger from there. We will see a few more as we go along today. Oh, coming up on your right, a really cute animal. That tan animal, that's a very small guy, that is a springbuck. Now it gets its name from the ability that it has to jump up to 11.5 feet in the air. Yeah, it's a little bit taller than our truck today, so that's pretty big. They will say that's small their entire lives. Even fully grown, they'll only weigh around 100 pounds. Now I want you guys to see this giraffe, but I also want you to look over there. Those are the sable antelope I was talking about earlier. Are they beautiful? Now if you notice how they're all sitting in different direction, that's a really good defense mechanism. That way nobody can sneak up on them. Now the one with the darkest coat, kind of towards the back, he is the dominant one of the herd. This guy's looking right at you. Hello. Hi. Go back to your snack. It's okay.
Feeding time that they food out front.
These tall cones of earth that are on both sides of you, these are termite mounds. Yeah, they're very large. I don't want to see the termites inside of them. Kind of scary. They may not look like it though, but they are hard as concrete. Now they are that hard because they're in the sun every single day, so they'll get really, really hard. And then large animals like elephants can come right over here to use them as back scratchers. I want a back scratcher like that. They will get worn down eventually. The smaller animals like antelope and gazelle can use them as lookout mounts. Try and see if there are any dangerous animals hiding and hanging out in these tall grasses.
Giraffes are safe.
You know,
There's one on the side, again on your left. So they do have very long necks. Giraffes only have 7 vertebrae. They do have very heavy hearts. Their hearts can weigh about 25 pounds. That is because they have to do so much extra work to pump all that blood from their chest all the way up through their neck to their head. And then coming up on your right, some other of my favorite animals, the Anholi cattle. They're absolutely breathtaking. Those horns they have, they can be about 6 feet long. And they might look really, really heavy, but they're actually kind of lightweight, and that is because they're a honeycomb structure. That is how they will pull their body down. They are the only domesticated animal on the reserve, domesticated by the Watusi tribe, which is how they get their other name of Watusi cattle. And then here to the left, folks, little baby Maasai giraffe. I know, isn't that cute? Hanging out, trying to find some shade. Now as you go around, if you look in that island of trees over there, you can see it a little bit better in one moment. That is the other kind of giraffe we'll get to see on the reserve. That is the reticulated giraffe. It's made from the Latin word reticulata, which means net. You do notice it does have more of a distinguished net-like pattern on its back. We're gonna scoot along this way. This large rock coming up on your left is called Monkey Point. It's a really good indicator. And this is a really good spot to find some mandarin monkeys. They will hang around here every once in a while. We don't always get to see them though. They do move around a lot, but it's also a good marker that we've made it through the first week of our safari. So 1 week down and 1 week to go. Everybody doing okay so far? Yeah, okay, good. If you look right up there on the rocks, folks, between those 2 logs, there's a mandrill hanging out. Now, the mandrill is the largest monkey in Africa. Also very colorful, and the male is much larger than the female. About 70 pounds larger to be exact. And over here to the right, everybody, look at that. That's an African bull elephant. Isn't he handsome? Now this is a male elephant. You can tell he's male because he's all by himself. Male will leave the rest of their herd when they reach full maturity at around 13 to 15 years of age. Everybody pay attention to how he's flapping his ears like that. That's because it's hot today. The elephants have a lot of blood vessels in their ears, so they will move them back and forth to get that blood flowing to help maintain their body temperature and keep them cool. Very impressive. Now if you see this road closed sign right here, it's just a little bit of bad news, and all that road does is take us to our shortcut to elephant country. But because that guy's hanging out to keep you guys safe and keep us safe, and the elephant safe, we are just gonna go this long way, and that's alright. We'll still end up in elephant country sooner or later. I've not gone this way in quite some time, so if we get lost, we'll get lost together. It's okay. Alright, I was worried about this. This bridge right here, it's been here for who knows how long. And it's not the best thing in the world, so just make sure as you cross it, you stay completely seated. You might want to, I don't know, hold your breath, not move, cry. I might do that. I hate it. Okay, alright. Just nobody move, okay? Yeah, I'm watching you. Trust me, I got eyes everywhere. Alright. Everybody okay? Yeah. Did we lose anybody? Alright, then let's all act like that didn't just happen. We're just gonna keep going forward. Alright, it's a new day. It's a new day. Now if you look on both sides of you folks, these red clay pits, you're gonna see some really long marks, and those are tusk marks. Also, those footprints are from the elephants. They'll come right up here to eat on those clay pits to get some extra minerals and nutrients that they're not able to find in their regular food. Beautiful. Now both male and female elephants do have tusks, and that does make them both targeted by poachers. But we have scientists out here trying to discover new technology on how they communicate with one another. So that way, if an elephant is in danger and for any reason, we can send it any help that it needs right when it needs it. I'm picking up a Harambe radio station. I'd find the right one. There we go. It's my favorite song. Here we go. Now sometimes elephants do look a little dirty, but it's not because they're dirty animals, they're just very smart. But elephants have very sensitive skin, just like you and I do, but they don't make SPF 30 for elephants. They do have to use the next best thing, which is dirt. They will put dirt on their back throughout the day to help protect their skin from getting sunburned. That one's dancing. Coming up on your left, folks, this is a flamboyance of greater flamingos. Now the greater flamingo, they are the lightest shade of pink flamingo that you're gonna find. They won't even get that color until about a year or so after they're hatched. They will get that way from eating brine shrimp every single day. They'll get the beta carotene in that brine shrimp, and that's how they turn pink. I like shrimp, but not that much, so. Now we have entered white rhino territory. We're gonna get a little bit closer before I stop right by them, okay? So just hang tight. Now these white rhinos are also poached for those horns. Those horns are made out of hair though, and not ivory, which is what many people believe they're made out of. They will get sold on the black market for the sole purpose of giving poachers greater finances. That makes it a lot harder for us to put an end to poaching. Of course, we're not going to give up on these animals or any animals. We're going to keep fighting. Yeah, they're beautiful. Those small brown animals, those are bontebok. Bontebok are sadly completely extinct in the world. They do exist only on reserves just like this one. But we're doing our best to take care of them and help get those numbers back up, so that way they can be released back into the wild one day. You know, I heard if ever wanted to see a cheetah, look over there to the left, folks. Now it's kind of hard to see with these bushes, so as you go, just keep a real close eye. Its head's sticking straight up. You see it way back there. Now, cheetahs are day hunters and not night hunters, which is very unique. That is because they rely on their sense of eyesight as opposed to their sense of smell. Now we're gonna get to see another one, so I'll stop right up here. See that one right there? Between these two trees, right next to the tree, a little to the right of it. Can you see it? Can everybody see over that tree? Now, does anyone know how fast a cheetah can run?
70 miles per hour.
A little less than 70.
68.
A little less than 60. What?
68.
60. Someone say 60?
60 of them. I said 60.
Yeah, 60 miles per hour. That's exactly right. You can't run 60 miles per hour. But only for a little bit though. They're much better sprinters than they are long distance runners. That's okay. I'll hold it against them. Look up on your left, this large rock formation. This is called a copie. Now, who knows what animal will hang around copies? Lions. That's correct. I don't know if we'll see any today. They will lounge around about 20 hours of the day. They'll go really deep into those copies where it's nice and cool. So we'll just be sure to
It's like my
keep our
mother-in-law.
time.
It's like my mother-in-law. She lounges around for 20 hours a day.
Yeah.
How loud are lions roar?
Lions' roars are very loud. They can be heard up to 6 miles away. So you'd know if you heard it. I've only heard it once, ever, and it didn't show us up this time. That's a very good question, though. But they must be sleeping.
Why do you guys have these chains here?
These chains right here, that's a very good question again. These help us to clean our tires. You know, we have a lot of different animals out here who are very sensitive to different things. So as we go from one place to another, we want to keep everything as nice and clean as possible. So we'll just kind of clean off any dirt on our tires before we come into our next location.
Oh, it's amazing.
So it's a little bumpy, but that's okay. Over here to the right, those birds that are laying down, those are yellow-billed stork. They will eat frogs, fish, snakes, but sometimes on occasion they even eat smaller birds. Just watch out. These beautiful animals hanging out on the right, those are called addax. That is spelled A-D-D-A-X. I think one of them's dreaming back there. Now they are very impressive. They can go their entire lives without ever having to drink water. Yeah, they store a lot of moisture from the plant that they eat every day. They'll hold on to that moisture and then only use it when they need it. It's very, very impressive. Now going right this way means that we are coming to the end of our safari. These our 2 weeks together are almost up, and they did go by surprisingly fast, but time flies when you're having fun. And I had fun out here. Did you guys have fun?
Yeah.
Alright. You guys were such a great group today, and I was happy to have you with me. It makes a difference when you guys are excited to see the animals. It makes me excited to have you out here. And it makes the animals excited as well. So, just an overall great time. Now I will drop you guys off at our nearest warden post. That'll be right up ahead. Make sure you have all personal items gathered up with you today. You don't leave anything behind, okay? What? I've never seen fish in the water, but I bet you there's a few of them hanging out in there. Now, if you are a wilderness explorer and you've been with me today, this is Simba 1. So if you are a wilderness explorer, you have been riding on Simba 1. That is page 13 of your book. So go fill that in and get your badge. It'll be right as you exit today to the left. I do have one last thing to tell you guys, and that is that we do not say goodbye. It is far too final and also equally as sad. So instead we say Kwaherini, which means go well. So Kwaherini, everybody.
Kwaherini.
Asante Sana. Thank you so much for joining me today. Come back and see us anytime, okay? Jumbo Warden.
And home.
Smoking, cooking, or poaching aboard this train. Hi, super fantastical Krista. Once again, welcome aboard the Wildlife Express. My name is Diana. My name is Diana. I'll be your conductor. Up front, we have the amazing Jessica. She'll be our engineer, making sure we arrive safely at Conservation Station. There you'll find a large, wonderfully air-conditioned building that's home to our Working Vet Hospital, our Animal Nutrition Center, and our Wildlife Tracking Center. You'll find Rafiki and Chip and Dale signing autographs and taking pictures. For our wilderness explorers, there are 6 merit badges for you to earn out there. And it's home to our petting yard, better known as Affection Section. The only place in the animal kingdom where you can pet such small domesticated animals as sheep, goats, donkeys, even pigs from New Zealand called Kuni Kuni. Now, if you're sitting in my front row, I am going to ask everyone to sit all the way back. This is for your safety should we come to a sudden and unscheduled stop. stage area of Kilimanjaro Safari. Here you'll find the nighttime home of the lion, the warthog, and our hoofed stock, such as the zebra and the pontopoc. Now each and every night before sundown, our animals come home for dinner and any extra care that they may need. To do this, they are trained to listen for audio cues. These can be 2 wooden blocks hitting each other, bicycle horns, bells, whistles, even rocks in a coffee can. When they hear their specific sound, they know it's time to come home for dinner and any extra care. With over 1,500 animals in the animal kingdom, this is a process that does take 2 to 3 hours to complete, and it's why our animal attractions close just a little bit earlier than the rest of the park. Now we have come to an unscheduled stop. I am going to ask all of my travelers, small travelers, grown travelers, all travelers, to please remain fully seated. I need everyone, for your safety, to sit all the way back in those seats. Small children may sit on your lap or on the seat beside you, but they have to remain fully seated. Should we come to a sudden and unscheduled stop, this is for their safety. Once again, I do need everyone to remain fully seated. There can be no standing at this time. Now those whistles mean that we are about to begin motion, so once again, I do need everyone to remain fully seated.
What?
Small children, I need you to sit all the way back.
Oh yeah, it seems to be. No,
Now around this corner, you're going to find the nighttime home of the fastest of all land animals, the cheetah, as well as the white rhino, and the largest of all land animals, the African elephant.
Smells like they're home.
Now across the canal, you'll find our destination, Rafiki's Planet Watch. There you'll find a large painted mural with the images of animals who have been helped through donations to Disney's Worldwide Conservation Fund. As we approach our destination, we are going to ask everyone to please remain fully seated, keeping all arms, hands, legs, and feet inside the train at all times. Don't worry about opening those train doors. When it's safe and clear to do so, station staff will open those for you. If you have a stroller with you, please do not unfold that stroller until you cross the solid yellow line in the center of the platform so that guests may enter and exit safely. When you're done with your visit to Rafiki's, head on back to the station, where a train comes every 5 to 7 minutes to bring you back to Harambe.